Hey everyone! A question I get asked a lot is whether carrying a balance is good for your credit score or if there are any other benefits to carrying a balance. We're going to talk about that today, but first I just want to make sure you guys are all following me on Twitter at Erin No Last Name, and make sure to join my new Facebook group. It's called Points and Miles Enthusiasts. I just created it the other day, so there's only like 7 people in it. It was something I felt was really lacking in the Facebook world as I was looking around at different credit card sharing kind of groups. I just didn't see any that were like really meeting the needs of the people in the group. So I'm hoping this can be that. So feel free to join. So carrying a balance. All right, what is carrying a balance? It is when you don't pay your full statement balance by the time that you have the due date on your credit card statement. So paying only a portion of that statement balance or just paying the minimum balance would be considered carrying a balance. Another way to look at this, a little more honest way of looking at it, is that carrying a balance is the same as carrying debt. And that's a real bad word in the world of travel hacking. We don't want any debt. So when you pay your credit card bill, you have 3 choices. You can pay the minimum payment, the statement balance, or the current balance. My advice is to never pay the minimum balance, always pay the statement balance, or more than that if you can. If you can pay your current balance, that's even better. Many years ago, somebody started the rumor that carrying a balance is good for your credit. This myth has been passed down from parent to child, boss to employee, friend to friend, and it just continues to this day. So this is not good for your credit, just to be very, very clear. When you do that, you're showing credit card companies that you are not able to pay for what you spent, and that's never good. So along with this is that old school of thought that credit cards are for carrying debt. For example, our grandparents would go to Sears and open a Sears charge card to pay for their new living room furniture set. And then they would pay that off gradually and they would get a bunch of interest along the way. And by the time that they're done paying it off, they have paid more than twice the original price for their living room set. And by then it's 5 years old. So I want everybody to hit the reset button on their thinking if this is how you think of credit, because this is an old school of thought. It is no longer in effect. And if that is the way that you think and you can't kind of flush that out, I would urge you not to own any credit cards. All right, so as a general reminder, remember to be using your credit cards intelligently. You need to be responsible about your spending, treating cards as if they were cash. If you don't have the cash to pay for something right now, you shouldn't be putting it on a card either. Interest and fees are not something you want to ever encounter when using credit cards for points and miles, otherwise known as travel hacking. So I hope this is really clear. I hope it's been helpful. All right, to wrap this up, I want to share with you what I did with some miles this week. My extended family is planning a big trip to Disney World. It has been 5 years since I've visited, and if you know me, you know that I'm a huge Disney fan. So I ended up using some Delta Sky Miles to book all 4 of us in my household plus the baby. In total, it saved us over $1,100, and then the remaining amount that was due from there, I paid with Ultimate Rewards points, which was awesome. So Delta Sky Miles are great because they never expire. It was a great deal. It took a little bit of messing around to get the right flights and get the one-ways instead of round trips and do it that way. But yeah, we're flying for free. It's going to be great. So another thing I want to just plug really quick is the Disney Visa card. If you guys don't have this and you're a Disney fan, it's something you're really going to want to look into. Right now they have a deal where if you spend $500, you get $200 Disney dollars. So it is a huge amount on return. It's one of the bigger ones because it's such a minimum amount to spend. There's no annual fee on the card or anything. So it's one of those cards where you can use it and get the bonus. You can keep it as long as you want. And you'll never have to pay another thing on it, or you can keep using it, whatever you want to do. And I do have a link for that card in the description because if you use my link, I get 50 more Disney dollars, and I would appreciate it so much if you're thinking about getting that card. If you would use my link, that would really help out. So that's it, you guys. I hope this has been helpful about understanding that carrying a balance is not good. Don't do it. If you're gonna do it, just shred your credit cards and just don't. Okay, so everybody have a great week. Make sure you're following me on Twitter at Erin No Last Name, and join my new Facebook group, Points and Miles Enthusiasts. Again, that link is in the description. So you guys have a great week.